Now the last section you'll see on the syllabus is probably the most important. That's the calendar. Please make sure that you really pay attention to that section because that's where all your due dates are going to be. Really critical. That's also where you'll see more information about when you have readings, what readings you need. Some of the readings are longer than others, so please make sure you're budgeting time. Really critical that you do that. Remember, things can't come in late, so that's why you really need to use that section of the syllabus and make sure that you stay up to date on everything you need to do. You'll also will see on there just some reminders as you go along. But in addition to the syllabus, you'll want to make sure you're using all the other tools built into Leo. Over on the left-hand side, you can also see the section that says announcements, but those usually come up right on that front page too. Always read the announcements. I'll make announcements if we make a change. Sometimes, for example, a link will die. I'll say, don't use that old link for that story. Use this new link instead. So that'll help you out. That'll help you make those connections. Also remember, on the announcements, I might tell you when work is due to be picked up. You need to pick up your work. If you're not picking up work, you're not getting the feedback you need. I'll let you know when there's maybe some cool extra credit opportunity coming up, some neat thing like that. So lots of things out there that you may want to take advantage of. The announcements will help you. Another section that's really important for us, for our purposes, is the section that says assessments. That's where you'll find the orientation quiz. After you watch this video, go take that quiz. It's a 10-point quiz. If you paid attention, it shouldn't be too much trouble. That quiz is in there. You'll also, eventually they aren't live just yet because I don't want people in there monkeying around with them. We have our tests are in there, the documentation test and the literary analysis test. Please remember those are closed book, closed note tests. Any evidence of cheating on those will be an academic integrity violation. Please keep that in mind. You're not supposed to take them with a team, one person. But those are also one-shot deals. Once you open them, you've got to take it right then or it's going to be gone. So please make sure that you take the test. If you start it and you're not ready, you're going to end up with a 0, so don't open them. That's why they're not published yet, because every now and then I have somebody kind of blunder in there by mistake. So that's where the assessments are. They're in the assessments. The assignment section, that's where you're going to find pretty much everything for this class in terms of assignments that you're required to do. Directions for essays, directions for your resume, directions for what you're doing with each of your literary responses. When we read a work of literature, you'll find those questions in there. And remember, don't go through and answer each individual question. Use those questions as a way to process and answer. And those go on the message board. Now that's one of the other areas that we really use a lot on Leo. If you look over there on the message board, you'll see that each thing that needs to be posted has its own little board. And there's a general one on there too. If you just have general questions like, hey, we're all going to go for extra credit and see this play. Anybody want to ride with us and split class money, that kind of thing. But if you look on there, you'll see a section for each thing you have to put on the message board. Remember to always start a new topic for your message board post. Only reply if you're actually replying to someone else. And your icebreaker is going to go there, so they already get you in the practice of using that. The directions are in assignments. The message board is on the message board. A couple of other areas that you might use, the shared files, we'll be needing those, and the bookmarks for this class because a lot of the literature is in those areas. If you try to open something and it won't open, please let me know right away. A lot of times things worked fine for me and they won't work suddenly, so we want to get that figured out. So if you see a problem, please let me know as quickly as possible. So those are the major areas of the course you're going to use. It's a great class. You're going to have a good time. You're going to learn a lot of interesting different things. It's going to help you to be a better writer and help you to be prepared whether you're taking a literature class next or going on and finishing up your degree and going on into the workplace. So we'll have a good time together. Please let me know if you have questions. Don't forget, take your orientation quiz. Do your icebreaker assignment right away. You don't want to be dropped as a no-show. And if you have any problems or questions, let me know. Have a great